Pay no attention. Hello, and welcome back to another Thursday for Tales of Vardin on To Be Diced. We're glad you're here, glad you're watching, um, and we're excited to get started and see what the results are of our last session as we ended on a little bit of a cliffhanger. It is a little one. Um, we'll see who we have playing with us this evening. Right over here, we'll start with my good friend Matticus.
Hi, it's Matt. Also go by War Tornado out there on the interwebs. And this evening, I have the wonderful pleasure of playing Godim Mirson, the Goliath, currently druid, formerly wizard. And I would like the record to show that Godi was helping. Thank you.
Hmm.
Hello,
You're up
everybody.
next.
I am Lee Newcomb. Oh, there. Hi, everybody. I'm Lee Newcomb. I'm bringing to you all Nog, the Pharaoh Goblin Beast. Um, Good vibes, comical times, and a threat to be reckoned with. Although I am blind. Uh, yeah, that's about it. Going on to Emrys.
Hello, I am Simite, and tonight I will be playing Emrys. On to you, Tarzan.
That was a wildly tame introduction.
Mhm.
Guten Tag. Hello, how's it going? I am Daddy Tarzan 82855 on all social platforms. I am currently playing the addled William the pirate, who is now just a pile of mush after very revealing memory rejuvenation quotations. It's fine. Everything will buff out.
Hello, my name is Taylor, also known as Nerdy Pinup Girl on most social media platforms, mainly active on TikTok and Instagram. If you like cosplay, body paint, special effects makeup, smashable monsters, or D&D and nerdy shit, you should give me a follow. Today I am playing the wonderful and fabulous 7-foot-tall, half-orc barbarian fighter, Grandolfialova, who is on the endless journey to go into the abyss and get her goth tiefling girlfriend Helene back, and hopefully not lose her friends or have her friends lose any of their sanity along the way, including herself. And it's it. Let's just hope it's gonna buff out. Yay! On to Xenia or Dia.
They might be away grabbing something really quick, but we'll cut back to them when they return. In the meantime, if you like what we do here on Thursday nights or every other Thursday, then you'll enjoy some of the other things that we have to offer here on To Be Diced. This coming week, we've got Frontiers of Eberron on Sunday, so tune in for that. And then we also have Edge of the
Star
Empire,
Wars.
Star Wars on Tuesday. Sorry. And then I think that's it for this next week because I won't be back until the following Thursday. We might have to move some schedules around for our Thursday, just depending on how all of our schedules kind of move, just to make sure, depending on who's doing what at what time, we'll all be able to convene. Dia, would you like to introduce yourself and your character?
Hey guys, I'm Dia, also known as Dia.cos on all social media. I play Xenia, who was our lovely half-orc reincarnated into a human, thanks to our wonderful Godi. He is also our lovely Beastmaster Ranger, and also Captain William the Great's favourite child. Can do no wrong, never has, never will.
Literally
This
the
is
glue that holds us together.
I see nothing wrong with that statement. I believe it is 100% factual.
Absolutely. But I think, without further ado, let's back into our adventure in the sleepy little town of Isilra, southern end of the continent of Grancis in Vardin. The morning after the first night of the Harvest Festival, Isilra is slow to rise. The scent of applewood embers and half-burnt cider drifts lazily through the cool dawn air. Outside, townsfolk shuffle in the streets, tending to their animals, clearing away the remnants of last night's revelry to make way for more. To them, the valley seems safe, quiet, ordinary, untouched by the horrors the party has faced. Inside the worn wooden inn, the party gathers their belongings in hushed tones. The fire in the hearth has gone to ash, shadows stretching long across the floorboards. A single candle sputters as William is laid down, as if bracing himself for what is to come. The words of restoration are whispered, spell woven with a trembling precision. At first there is stillness. Then, like a dam breaking, William's body arches in agony. His breath catches, his eyes widen with terror as the flood of memories surges through him. Images of fire, false faces, commands not his own, every betrayal, every theft of his own mind crash back all at once. His hands claw at the wood on the sides of the bed, his voice breaking into ragged, animalistic screams, while Nog holds him, helpless, as the storm of William's past tears through his soul. The camera pulls back through the inn's small shuttered window. William's scream become muffled, distant, absorbed into the wood of the quiet town. Outside, the streets remain peaceful, unknowing. The farmers speak softly, greeting each other in the morning. Finn runs past, chasing a dog. Smoke curls gently from the chimneys into the pale morning light. All the while, from behind the door of the inn, faint, anguished cries echo. And a green aura begins to lift from William as Caliban manifests, and amidst the cacophonous screams that William shouts, Godi, what's going on? As Caliban steps close to you, do something! Fix it!
And in that moment, Godi is, I would imagine, still like realizing in that moment, this is not a routine casting of Greater Restoration. This is incredibly more complicated and just like has gone from just having his hands over William to one hand on either side of his head, basically like his eyes looking as much as he can directly into Williams. And as Calibran has started to say, like, what's going on, fix it, Cody's just going to say, your talking is going to make it more difficult. Do not make me banish you from this plane.
That's actually a great idea. Do you have the cube?
No.
Then who does?
I'm focusing on William's life when you only care about his undeath.
I need it. You want to save your friend? I need it.
Do I believe him? Do I believe that Calibran actually needs the cube to save William the Great's life?
As you're going back and forth with this, William's screams become less frequent and less powerful as exhaustion begins to take over his body. We're running out of time. You can roll an insight check.
Given that I am otherwise preoccupied, I will elect that I will not be using guidance because that just makes sense. Okay. Insight. Come on. Big money. Could be better. Could be a lot better. But that's a total of 18.
18.
Against somebody like Calibran. Oop. I'm going to reactively add a d6 with my Cosmic Omen. There it is. It's a 1, so that's a 19.
You sense a trembling behind his words.
But I can't tell any reasoning about... Oh, go ahead.
A genuine care for the person on that bed, writhing in pain. As if there's an empathetic connection between them. Every time William screams, you see Calibran wince and hold back something.
Is it care? Or is it survival?
It is both in equal proportion.
Let the records show Cody is trying to help. Cody will draw the cube and hand it towards Lord Calibram. Oh, I see a finger on the hand of a Psi-Mite playing Emrys.
While this is happening, Xenia, I need you to roll an insight check.
Para who? Emrys. My passive is 19, and I will roll for you.
If
It was only a 17. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at my de facto father.
Yes, but with your
This part.
passive perception being so high, I figured you occasionally look around the room and clock really quick.
Let's go.
You see Emrys is going through three very concerning emotions to you. The first is sudden realization. The second, abject fear. And the third is determined resolve. And you watch as he, understanding how perceptive you normally are, quickly looks you in the eye. And just wears a frown on his face.
Is Umar standing or sitting at the moment?
He's standing by the door. And as you look at him and he knows that you've seen into the truth of what he's feeling, you hear, as he disappears, you watch the door open and then close.
Umris has stepped out. I hope he's alright.
Grendel's just in a state of panic right now, watching William like this, and she is looking between William, Calibrand, and Godi, and just in this trifecta over and over and over again. She's just like, we have to do something. I don't. Do I make more flowers? I don't know what this whoosh magic is. What is going on? And she's just mumbling to herself, like absolutely in panic, trying to think of ways that she can help, but she feels just absolutely helpless in this moment, and tears are welling up in her eyes as her hands are shaking.
Is this meant to happen, Godi?
Godi is trying to concentrate as much as possible and was only acknowledging Calibrand because of his insistence in the moment. So he does not comfort Grendel, though he knows he wants to. And he does not respond to Xenia, however, with a passive insight of 19. It versus a passive deception check of Godi of 9. It is plain as the nose on his face that this is not routine in any way. And Godi is actively trying everything that he can to make sure that William doesn't die. Or otherwise, yeah.
Can Grendel do a medicine check on him?
Yeah, more than welcome to.
Because she has no idea what else to do, really, and she is going over anything. Like, she's like, is this hysteria? Like, usually when Godi does his whoosh magic like this, it normally helps people. It doesn't really hurt people. And Arcana's out of the fucking question, so medicine it is. That is a 16 plus 2 for an 18.
18. William's eyes dart from right to left and roll back in his head on occasion. As you look him over and place the flower crowns as best you can, trying to console or comfort or calm, your hand touches the side of his forehead and it is just burning hot. Cold compresses would most likely help. And as you grab those, go ahead.
Is this normal for William, considering that he's been undead this whole entire time? Like,
No.
Is warmth even been a question?
No.
Okay. Grendel is immediately just going to sense that something is very wrong here. She's going to... Is there like a small like pitcher of water and a bucket like they have in like the inn movies and stuff like that? She immediately starts pouring in water and taking rags, and she is just placing them on his forehead along with like, and as she's doing this, like petals are like spewing from her palms just as she's panicking. And she's like, William, you need to wake up. You need to stop. Your southern jewel is waiting for you. You can't do this. You made us a promise. And she is like trying to like somehow bring William back out of this hysteria and just trying to name off the things that has motivated him this whole entire time, and just saying it over and over and over again, just trying to somehow get him to listen if he can in this state, not knowing what else to do, really.
Nog will chime in, and I'm just gonna assume off of a 16 perception is sensing Grendel's or distressed. A safe assumption. So he's going
very distressed. Not even hiding it. You don't even need to roll for
that. Nog's going to state Grendel smell of prey. Grendel listen to Nog. Two kinds of things in world: pact or prey. Pact is eternal, prey is temporary. Now is not the time to be prey. Be pact for Captain. As he's holding William down, trying to stop the thrashing of his body.
I will say in this moment, as the stress peaks, Grendel actually rages as you watch her hair burst into flame. She turns to Nog and she growls, I am not prey! I am worried for my captain! Do not consider empathy something that is weak!
Empathy not weak for pact. When you stress, things happen. Nog only tried to help. Nog understand William is important to Grendel, Zinnia, and Nog too. But doing this is not the way Captain wishes. Captain wants us strong for fights, not weak.
I am strong, and I am very strong. But I am not strong in the whoosh. And it's not enough! And it frustrates Grendel Nog. But we can't... We cannot argue right now! William! And she is just again gonna continue trying to keep his forehead cool and just again just muttering the motivations and everything she possibly can to William. Like the only whoosh magic she knows is like what they have seen and what they are doing and who they are doing it for. To her, that is the closest thing to magic that she can ever understand.
As someone who has passed through the veil and come back, would Xenia have any indication of what might be happening with William at the moment? Does it seem like the tether that is essentially holding him to this plane is slowly slipping as his mind is going through all this?
Yes. It's as if William's mind walks on the edge of a knife, leaning one way and the other. His convulsions abruptly cease. His eyes immobile. Go, you hand the puzzle box over.
In the quickest of motions that he can muster so that he can try to focus on not killing William for good.
Daniel is going to shift towards William's body and sort of lean down where he is. He's going to take William's hand and hold it against his cheek as he slowly begins to hum one of the familiar shanties that they sang on board the ship when we were still at sea. The first one sounds very familiar to the tune of Santiana, and then it shifts to a different one. Daylight so playing cocky. Every lover sleeps cold and afraid. But a spyglass will roam and will never come home as we sail from Port Karashi. And we sing your wait here for your gold, looks through your soul as we sail from Port Karashi. And he's grasping for the lyrics because he can't quite recall. But it's that same familiar memory that just reminds them of the tune of when people were sweeping the deck, of when people were working the ropes, keeping in time, keeping in tune with each other, and just the boost of morale that helped with those long, long days at sea where a third of the time Xenia was over the edge, puking his guts out, but, you know, it's more familiar to William than it is to any of us.
As Caliban takes the puzzle box, his eyes a light green, the cube begins to move. The seams on the edges become round, and rings upon rings begin to swivel like an armillary sphere. But as Xenia begins to sing these sea shanties, Caliban sets the sphere on the bed as it whirs down to immobility once again. Puts a hand on Xenia's shoulder and reminds him of the words as he begins to sing in tune with Xenia.
Every sailor is hopeful and cocky. Every lover sleeps cold and afraid that our spyglass will roam or will never come home as we sail away from Port Maldives. And we sing, yo, we are here for your soul, with us after the golden yawl, and we'll leave you alone, and know the keys to your chest, and we'll handle the rest, no regrets, Port Maldives.
William, I need you to roll me a 1d4, please. Okay. As they finish, William's eyes roll forward from the back of his head as his eyelids hang heavy and his stare is distant, but his chest begins to move up and down. Caliban takes his hand off Xenia's shoulders. Nice kid. And merges back in with William. William. You are in the dark. a gilded mirror floating in the middle of this expanse. The floor seems to be covered with a mirror-like liquid. Every time you step or move, it ripples. A green glow begins to appear behind you as you see your reflection, the one you saw at the end of last session. The old, wrinkled, aged William. As the words "you were made, not born" repeat. Calibrant's reflection overlays that. Well, that was something.
William kind of his eyes kind of linger on the future projection of what William could look like. It's not something he ever predicted would be a possibility for him. So seeing himself at age that much kind of catches him off guard. But as Calibrant's words creep into his ears, he kind of snaps back. How long did you know?
No. No, there's parts of your mind that have been closed off to me. What do you remember?
Nothing.
Nothing or everything? Tell me.
It's both. Both, Calibrant. Everything I lived is a fucking lie. It's a program. I don't even think I'm fucking human. I was made in a goddamn test tube. How is that even possible?
Remus Langley possesses quite a few gifts.
I'm a goddamn weapon. I was supposed to replace the Sovereign.
You know this for sure. Show me.
And as he says that, he brings him back to the moment.
The mirror ripples. And everything you said plays as one of the most vivid memories.
I am the biggest threat to this whole mission.
He wants his toy back. Okay. Right. I thought there was something familiar about you when you first touched that coin. You're part of him. Somehow. See, Remus Langley and I were associates at one point. He helped me build the puzzle box. Taught me a few things along the way. How to survive by placing your soul or parts of them in different places. It seems he's taken things a lot further than I thought he would. So what now? You're real, William. You are, despite what I've given you, flesh and bone, with thoughts and emotions and complexities that are all your own. It's time for you to reconcile who you were made to be with who you want to be. That's what makes you dangerous.
He goes a little. He's kind of into himself as Calbrand is saying this, and trying to determine whether or not he's basically battling with himself whether or not he should be a part of all this anymore. What happens if his mind gives out and he toes the line to the orders of the Midnight Court again? Does he fight against what he was created to become? There's a moment where his drive kind of weakens for a second. But as he ponders giving up for the slightest second, his eyes begin to burn with rage. His fists clench. I'm gonna burn it all to the fucking ground.
And that's why you're the perfect vessel. Take a moment. Gather yourself. Our deal still stands. Pieces of the Paragon will come together. and we'll make them pay for everything they've done. William, for the next hour, which is your 1d4 roll, you'll effectively be paralyzed, for lack of a better word.
Oh boy. Good to know.
As your body and mind catch up to one another. In the room, Godey, William seems stable. Breathing steadily, heart rate climbing. Eyes unresponsive still. But alive.
Cody would need to make sure that William was in fact here. We're talking about the mind that was being messed with. And just because he's alive physically, there could be deeper damage that cannot be seen on the surface. Godey is going to sit up and point over to where his bag is, while still looking at William, and just ask to anybody in the room, and hang on, I gotta double check. Yeah, he's going to gesture over to his bag and then ask out loud to anybody. Just, my bag. There should be 3. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that quantity there? That can't be quantity. Oh, there's a lot of potion bottles in there. I'm just gonna say a lot because I don't feel like counting. Bring me the purple one.
Grendel, who's going back and forth between getting cold compresses and everything like that, as soon as Godey points to the bag, telling her to get the purple, and she goes, "Purple is my favorite color. I got it." And she goes and she is going through the bag, quickly finding it. She pulls it out and she brings it over to Godey. As she hands it to him, seeing the state of William, her flames die down as she goes out of rage. And she just kind of nods to Nog. Well, I can't remember if Grendel knows if Nog is blind or not, but she's going to kind of just like nod to Nog to, in a way, apologize. But whether he can, I don't know, blindside that shit or not is him.
Yeah, if Grendel's trying to apologize, Nog is just going to say, Nog understand, but no, empathy is different to Nog. If Pack bleed, Nog bleed. What hurt Pack, Nog makes sure he kills. Nog take endure. Nog will not let Pack die alone.
Well, there are some things that we cannot fight, like whatever is going on in William's head. And personally, I would be more scared to fight whatever is in there than there is out here.
Whatever is bothering Captain, Nog will punch out, even if he has to go through his thinky think parts in order to make sure pain stops.
Nog, let us not resort to such things. We do not want to hurt the captain any further. And handing the potion to Godey, and she's like, "Do you think he's okay, or what is that for? I haven't seen the goopy bottles like that before."
Godey's going to look down at William holding the potion aloft as he uncorks it and says, "This is to get a proper diagnosis." And then Godey is going to drink his potion of mind reading.
Oh boy.
Oh, shit.
As you do, William, what are some of the surface thoughts that Godi would hear?
287 on repeat. That's the most immediate cycle that keeps being said in his mind. 287, 287, 287. But as you go further in, Morgan, Sovereign Jewel, she's real. She is real. A little bit further.
Go ahead.
A little bit further, you'll get made, not born. And that's predominantly the three most prominent thoughts in William's mind right now.
This is all the surface level thoughts. That being said, Godi was basically looking for confirmation of brain activity, which he got. And 287, that can wait. Jewel of the Sovereign, he knows what that means. Morgan, I believe that he knows what that means as well. She is real, curious, made not born. Now Godi is intrigued.
You press deeper.
That depends. Is William in a state where he can make an intelligence saving throw DC 13 from the potion of mind reading?
Yes.
Then may William make that intelligence saving throw.
That's a 3. 2 plus 1.
Godi, these surface thoughts are like a light white fog. As your minds connect, you push deeper. And beneath this outer layer, damn it, I didn't sneeze. I needed to sneeze, but
Pineapple.
Worst.
Thank you. Beneath this layer of surface thoughts, you push through and you see this room that William finds himself in. You see his figure in the middle of it, standing next to this mirror, floating. William, as you wrestle with your thoughts and whisper to yourself and hear things from distant memories all colliding at once, as everything reconciles and puts it in the right place, in the right order, silence for a moment. And as you look at the reflection on the ground, it's no longer dark in here. As Godi's feet touch the water, it ripples, and with it, in the everlasting sky above, stars, as far as the eye can see, reflected in the mirror of your mind. You turn and see Godi. points of stars on the shoulders and arms.
Given that this is a potion of mind reading and not telepathy, am I allowed to interact with him?
I'll say yes.
You are a generous god.
Bless you, my child.
Seeing Godi in this state, Godi, you'll see William looks a little worse for wear mentally. He's displaying signs of hysteria still, but that's accompanied by the display of this mirror cycling through memories upon memories of what was previously locked away from him. And as his eyes lock onto you, the mirror behind him stops with his first vision, seeing Stride through a glass window in a tube suspended in liquid. Made, not born. Are you real?
I am.
I think your spell broke me.
Nothing that you cannot overcome. This is proof of that. Your body survives, but I had to be sure of your mind. And here you are.
Wouldn't be too sure of that. How do you think you would react knowing that you were made for sole purpose as a weapon for the people you've been trying to stop?
Cody's going to consider as he can see these memories replaying on this mirrored surface. A weapon does many things. A weapon can kill. A weapon can harm. A weapon can also protect. And a weapon has no morality. A spear does not conquer a kingdom for greed or for a god. A sword does not cleave an innocent on a whim. A bow does not defend a family from a wild predator. The weapon does the will of whoever is holding it. And from the look of you currently, William, it seems that you are now the one holding that weapon.
The memory will flash forward to the, fast forward to the room with him, Travis, not Travis, War Minister Vane and Larry Stride. The moment that he was cast out. Well, this weapon is going to take every pound of flesh that is owed from the men responsible for all of my suffering. Question is, do I do it with you? Or do I go on my own? Do I risk putting you all in the crossfire? Potentially becoming a danger to you all? Should my mind no longer be my own?
Cody smirks.
To be frank with you, that's the first time I think I've seen you actually smile.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Irony always has a way of bringing some semblance of whatever you would call this joy, perhaps. You would ask me, of all people, if you should leave this group to protect them.
You're the smartest man I've ever met. I trust you above all. You can see the danger I present.
As I said, a weapon does not have morality. A weapon is not dangerous. If they were to wield you as a weapon, that would be a danger. But your fate is in your hands. You, William, are not at somebody's beck and call. And if you will permit, no, actually, Captain, I do not ask your permission. I swear to you that I will make it so that nobody wields you ever again. And if that is not within my power, I will find those that can. I do not ask for your permission, but I would ask for your blessing.
I would owe you a big favor.
Cody's going to step forward in this mind space. Because it's not his, I don't feel like he can physically interact with it, so he does not create these ripples on this liquid surface as he gets closer and places one of his hands on your shoulder, and you don't feel the weight of it. It's just this cold of the mountain snow as he says, "You don't owe me anything for anything."
Thank you, Guardian Emerson. Thank you for everything.
I do believe that you need to rest. You stay strong. No one is stronger than you are.
I'll let Kendall hear that.
Especially, and Gaudi gestures around, in here. This is your kingdom. You command it.
I'll see you when I wake up.
I shall wait. And besides, if I started charging you for favors now, you could never repay me.
As Cody's figure disperses into the ether, the room is not as dark as it was before. And the floor begins to change. The water recesses. A wall solidifies where the mirror hangs. And a familiar creaking of an old ship begins to sound. The water pours through the slats in the floor. A wooden floor appears. A captain's desk. And on the horizon, through windows, a dawn. As the spell subsides, Gaudi, of mind reading, with your curiosities put to rest for the moment, relief, perhaps, but only for a moment, before the windows of this small room are blasted open, and you hear almost a deafening
Gaudi
The
dives
wind-
over William.
the wind rushes through the room. And if you were to look in the direction where it comes from, just outside of town, in one of the fields, next to an old oak tree, you see this sphere of wind and turbulence, and at its center, Emrys. This cyclone of wind encircles him. You can almost hear a faint scream of words, a spell. As you look through the window, the morning sky begins to form into a circle. The light clouds that hang in the air are being pulled and twisted into a cyclone. You see a transmutation cage in front of Emrys. A few other small trinkets. It's difficult to see from this distance. But as these words carry on the wind, it turns to dust and begins to swirl into the rest of this vortex. The dust changes color, and the wind surrounding Emrys does as well. It grows more dangerous and dark every second, until you see the wind form into a dark, horned face that confronts Emrys directly. A chill runs up your spine. You hear it speak, but it's strange. The speech seems to be coming from multiple places surrounding you and in multiple languages at once. Does anyone understand primordial or abyssal?
I understand
Hi.
everything.
Cool.
I don't know, Mish.
Abyssal.
Only common in orc and halfling.
At
Oh,
will, Godi can understand everything.
Abyssal.
perfect. Those of you that do understand those languages, we'll hear some words.
Encouraging, I would hope.
Of course. I love you very much. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. Emrys,
I smell lies.
as this wind forms, there is this violent, sharp, almost ozone-like crack. Wide-eyed and looking for anything at all. Oh. Emrys, my old friend. You finally learned the limits of what you accomplish on your own. Finally come crawling to old Maelstrom, have we? Your gifts are very nice indeed. They'll certainly help. But you know, they won't be enough.
Yes. I'm aware.
Sorry, you'll have to speak up. It's a little loud in here.
I'm aware.
Good. Good. So, what is it I can do for you, oh kin of the Zephyr himself?
In primordial. Come forth, and bend your every thought to the list of my names. Find them, rend their flesh with your hellish claws, drag the air from their very lungs. Kill them if you can. But kill them or not, no matter what, you must drop this paper I give you now. Either upon the fresh corpse or upon the ground where they are slain. The names of those I wish you to hunt. Trevor Malfort. Ezio Vargas. That is all.
Malice dwells deep in your heart to make the choice to call me when once you shunned my helping hand all those years ago.
It's not
And if I
malice.
do this for you, what do I get? Sure, you've paid a price to summon me here, and you have given your words purpose. You're making progress. But there's still a cost, especially for the list of names you've given me. Ezio Vargas. An important political figure. Whatever will the world do without him? And the other, Trevor Malfort. Deceitful you are in giving me this name. But I'm intrigued. Do you know who they are, truly?
I know only that they come from my family. And so I wish to send a clear message.
And if I should fail in this endeavor?
That's what the paper's for. What's your price?
A mark on you. What you ask, even for a mortal, is quite heinous. This will damn your soul, you know. Simply bringing me to this realm has already done so. But perhaps not a mark on you. There is a shine in your eye, Ebras. You have a son.
Be very careful.
Your bloodline will be marked. Whether you say so or not, simply by your actions, not by my hand.
Leave my family out of it. You can have me, That's all.
Deal. Emrys Scalthane, you have paid the price to bring me here, and you have given your words purpose. Let the bargain be struck, and the deed be done.
All at once, this clouded black vortex swirls into a point and shoots towards the sky, dispersing and disappearing. Leaving Emrys sitting beneath the old oak tree, as if a heavy shadow hangs over him now.
He passes out, exhausted.
With all of this subsiding, what would you all like to do?
Is William still under?
William is still under. If you were to look at him, Nog is blind at this time, but his eyes are still unresponsive. However, while Godey's mind reading potion is happening, you could swear to see small shooting stars crossing the pupils of William's eyes as he stares at the ceiling.
That's
still
cool.
Probably about half hour left on his comatose before he's back with that.
Nog is just going to pull out. We're going to roll a d6. Ooh, shit. Well, I'm sorry, William, but you get 6-day-old meat placed on your chest as I'm still holding it down, so that way you got something to eat when you wake up.
It's fine.
The party will see with William still on the table, Xenia and Amaruk moving around him. Amaruk will approach where William's laying, and almost as if he's going to dive into the very floor itself, makes a movement to pad forward and sinks into the floor in what looks to be a puddle of ink. And in the same fluid motion, that ink rises once more, and instead of Amaruk, you see Tora, his dinosaur cat forming, who, for those who haven't seen her in a while, is this elongated feline with a lengthy tail, spines all along her spine, and these mottled, mossy black, grey, and green patches on her back, who then pounces up to the table, curls around over William's chest, and just settles in, deeply purring, because in Xenia's head, usually that's healing. So this is the best you can do at the moment. It's just this heavy, comforting weight on your chest with like these soft rumbles.
Grundle, after the air bursts through, seeing Godey cover William, Grundle just is kind of currently was watching everything that was happening, bracing herself against the window and were we able to see the figure and everything? Like, Grundle couldn't understand a shit thing they were saying, but did we see Horn Daddy or like okay. Grendel is going to just sit there in absolute shock once everything is over. She'd watch Emrys fall to the ground, and she is just like, "What the fuck was that? Who was Emrys talking to? Why is he talking to somebody who looks like who we are supposed to be fighting?"
Goaty looking up from when this died down enough that he felt William was safe. Goaty's next instinct after seeing like the aftermath of this, because he literally, like, knowing the state that William was in, hearing the window burst out, covered William. There's no real like meerkat moment there until it, pun intended, blows over. So as he looks up now, Goaty's going to have something click, seeing a very large display of magic similar but a different flavor to one that he caused a little while ago. Goaty's going to look and see if the puzzle box is still on the bed. Okay, good. He's going to pick it up.
Yeah, your chance, Calbrand.
I didn't think about that, actually.
So it wasn't that cross off that conspiracy. All right. Like, as he kind of like picks that up and is shoving it into his pocket, knowing that he is not the fastest person here, still making sure that that William's okay. He's just going to like shake his head after hearing what Grendel said, and just kind of like start posturing up, make sure that wouldn't like probably or start wiping glass off of William or anything. Just Grendel, Nog, and Xenia, you go find out what that was. I will make sure that that William is safe, and I will join you momentarily.
I understand. Chris, how big is this window?
If you want to jump out of it, it's big enough for you to do that.
Grendel is going to jump out the window and head right for Emrys. Like, if she can manage to do so, hit the ground running superhero style. If I got to roll for it, I'll do it.
Yeah, roll an athletics check from the second story.
While she's doing that, Nog's going to look to Xenia and ask, are we sure we can trust this one with the captain?
Yes, we can trust this one. Xenia says with absolutely no hesitation. I'm worried about Emrys. He looked very perturbed earlier, and Xenia, despite his +3 acrobatics, is not going to risk diving out a second floor window for no apparent overt risk. So he will quickly make his way downstairs and towards Emrys.
Hold on, I had to take my rage off. So athletics, that is going to be a 12 plus 8 for 13, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah, there you go.
Dirty Girl 20.
Me Khalifa 20.
You land.
Nog's just...
Go ahead.
I'm just going to say, Nog's just going to jump out the window and attempt to land on Grendel's back in the process.
And if he's successful, booking it with Nog on my shoulder.
Sweet. Let's roll another athletics check in tandem with that.
With the Pokemon theme song running in the background. It's you and me.
Xenia's just making we can't afford any more dreams.
That's a 31.
31.
Christ.
Yeah. How do you want to do this?
He is full on. He's not going to even do a flip. He's just going to attempt not to hurt her as much, while just basically a full backpack Yoda style from Jedi Part 1 or 2, and he's just going to say, "Nog, follow."
Understood. And Grendel immediately, as soon as Nog is secure on her back, she is fucking booking it. And I'm thinking the image I have is like Ash with Pikachu running on his back, and they continue off into the sunset situation.
Beautiful.
Right over to Emrys.
And you're heading to Emrys. Xenia is taking the stairs down and out. perfect. And Godi is staying with William, correct?
Just long enough to make sure that he's secure, which I will say will take a moment probably.
Okay, perfect. Xenia, you would meet the innkeeper on the way out. Is everything all right in that room? I heard some sounds, noises, as you just walk past. No, okay.
Better now. Please excuse me.
Okay.
Because he's polite.
Sorry, excuse me.
Boy, he's nice.
What do they find, Emerus, once Grendel and Nog make it there first with Xenia close behind?
You would all see Emerus unconscious upon the ground. Xenia, arriving, would notice that the ring he's been wearing for about a month and a half is not on his finger. And his skin is starting to slightly gray. And there's a little bit of wispy smoke curling up from his forehead.
His ring is missing. But I did not see anyone try and rob him. Could it have been magical?
You know I am not good with this whoosh sort of things, and yeah, is he okay? So, I will say, Grendel's passive is not very good whatsoever. But there is one thing that Grendel is very good at, and that is differentiation of color. Can she tell that Emerus is graying?
Yes.
Grendel she just kind of leans down for just a moment, and she kind of reaches out and she goes, I didn't see the horned thing take anything, but there was so much whooshing, it was hard to tell. Why is he changing color? Does it seem similar to like the blight that we have seen in like the plague or the infection? Or is this something completely different?
I would say this is more consistent. Like the undertone of his skin is entirely changing all at once. And as you are standing or crouching over him, his eyes pop open.
Emerus, hello.
They are no longer the verdant green, but bright yellow.
Emerus? And Grendel's going to reach out and like take the back of her hand and touch his forehead to see if there is any differentiation in temperature.
As you touch his forehead, the smoke from his forehead wisps away and then comes back and reforms, and now almost taking an ethereal shape of a horn.
Is Emerus a unicorn?
Yes.
I'm sorry. It's in
Nog-
the middle of the forehead. I don't.
Nog's gonna ask what's happening.
I don't know. I don't know any of this whoosh stuff. And Grendel's gonna try and like wave the smoke again away as she then is just like, Emerus, are you there? I see your eyes are open, but is anyone at home? Hello?
You notice he's not breathing.
Oh, fuck. Okay, all right.
You sort of, you get up.
No, Grendel's like starting like CPR.
Okay, you were kneeling on his chest. He literally.
Oh, thank God. Okay, Elmerus. So I don't want you to freak out or anything, but your skin is gray and your eyes, it looks like this color. You have this weird thing going on with your forehead.
And he's
here is
coughing
some water.
like crazy right now. And as he's coughing, just black smoke is coming out of his mouth.
Grendel, who is holding the pouch of like water, immediately pulls it away and puts the lid back on. And she goes, Emrys?
Finally, after like a minute of straight coughing, the smoke stops coming out. And he visibly relaxes. He's doubled over on the ground, but he's stabilizing.
Grendel walks over and is like towering over him as she looks at him and she goes, Emrys? Who the hell were you talking to? What the hell were you talking to? What did you just do? I could not understand.
Hells? The abyss.
What did you do?
Something stupid.
Well, I'm the one who is supposed to be doing stupid things, not you. No, what did you do?
I sent an assassin after Trevor and Ezio.
And how did you pay for that?
Magic items. Rare magic items.
Insight check.
And my soul. He still is not looking at you in the eyes. He's just staring at the ground.
Is that something you are willing to part with so easily?
To protect my family. Yes. I would give it anything. And I am tired of being hunted like a goddamn dog. So I sent a message. And they're going to fucking learn!
Are you certain this assassin of yours will be able to match their capabilities?
Hey, Emrys, does a 24 hit you with a backhand?
Yep.
Grendel immediately smacks him right across the fucking face. And she goes, not only did you give up the one thing that is very much needed, your fucking soul, you possibly are wiping out the only two individuals that could possibly get us into the abyss! If I lose access to my ability to get my Helene, I will make sure that you and your bloodline are nothing. There is nothing left.
He came for my family, Grendel. For you, for the captain. He came for all of us. And I will not let that go. I will get you to the abyss if I have to drag you there with my soul.
You have no soul left. You have forfeited it.
Well, it's mine until I die.
Would you like for that to be soon?
It probably will be. But not until I kill all of them.
And why could you not be a coward and kill them yourself, instead of sending an assassin and forfeiting your soul for such a stupid thing you could have done if you were brave enough?
I told you, Grendel. We needed to make friends.
These are not the kinds of friends we want to make. Trevor wanted to be my friend. Trevor wanted to be our friend. When do you ever think that anybody involving the Abyss or anything like that is really going to do what we want to? Those are the kinds of wishes that always turn sour. They are tainted just like this fucking land is. In all that they have done to it. What do you think this kind of deal is going to be any different? And you did not even think of the other people who would suffer for it aside from yourself, which is already selfish enough to begin with.
I made sure no one else would suffer. Only them and me.
How could you be so sure?
That
Words
was the
lead in
price.
many ways.
That was the
Speak.
deal.
I just only hope that you know exactly what kind of deal you made, instead of just hearing what you wanted to. Because nothing is ever as it seems when it comes to those creatures. All they do is take. Are they ever going to really give you what you want?
Question. With the 17 perception, we don't have anybody else out here around us, do we?
With 17, Godi would be approaching the party in this location. There does seem to be an increase of people on this side of town due to the maelstrom that was over here. Just kind of people curious, a few farmers. But other than that, not a whole lot. But
We should be heading inside. Emrys, if you are comfortable and capable of doing so. Raised voices and wild displays of nature tend to attract unwanted attention.
I'm just gonna pick up Emerus by the back of the collar and start dragging him inside. If he's
He
What?
takes
going
out a
That-
dagger, cuts his collar, and walks into the forest.
coward.
That is not inside. Did I not say inside? I said inside, didn't I, Nog?
Nog, confused. Do we bring that one with us to Captain in the Godai or no?
Let him do what he wants. He's going to anyway. And Grendel's just going. She is silent. She is, from this point on, she is pissed. And she's going to go back into the room with William. She's going to sit in the corner, pull out her executioner's axe, and start sharpening it.
Nog's gonna let Zinya know that he's gonna try to trail after Emrys, and then he'll be back. He's gonna make sure to mark Zinya so he can follow her or him back, and then take after Emrys in the forest.
Emrys, as he's moving, is going to cast invisibility again. And he is going to rub a candle that he swiped from his mother's all over his body to mask his scent.
You dirty motherfucker.
William,
While I agree, also respect.
William, your eyes blink. Blurred. You see the wooden slats on the ceiling come into focus. You feel a soft pressure on your chest and a low vibration. As you look down and see Zenya's dinosaur cat resting on your chest. You're tired, but you're alive. This small creature on your chest is honestly quite comforting, considering what you've just been through. But as your memories align and move into place, you awake. Not only to the dinosaur cat, but to the sound of a sharpening axe in the corner. And that's where we're going to go to break.
Randall.
Back in 5 minutes. Get a break, get some water, hydrate, and we'll see you back here in just a little bit. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's jump back into our lovely adventure as William has come to in this inn. Grendel is sharpening her axe in the corner. William, your eyes begin to clarify. As you attempt to sit up, you find it difficult. Still a pounding headache. Your neck sore and stiff. Your fingertips feel bruised from gripping the sides of the bed.
While experiencing some level of lockjaw. You just hear William with a very strained groan as he tries to. It begins to move, but coming to the realization that there's a adorable little cat laying on his chest. Reminds him of his wonderful and beautiful Tater. Hearing the sharpening, and he looks up over at Grendel, seeing her honing her axe. I do hope that's not for me.
No. But if need be, it is for possibly Emrys if he keeps acting the way that he does. How are you, Captain? I am good to see that you're up. She is still just sharpening the blade, deadpan expression across her face. She is pissed. You can almost see like smoke coming up from her red hair, as like she is borderlining trying to keep herself calm from raging currently.
I'm as good as it can be. I just had the curtain ripped out from underneath me and learned everything I thought I knew about my life was a lie. So that's good news.
What do you mean by that? Oh, I should also mention, since you are awake and Goldie is here, and it seems Emrys has made a deal with his soul, with some devil man, to send out an assassin. Against Trevor. And who's the other guy?
Ezio Vale.
And Ezio.
He lets out a very pained and strained chuckle.
I do not know why you find that funny, Captain.
I thought, one person making a deal with his soul was enough, but, here we are. Crew that sells their soul together, sails together, I guess.
Comes back.
Hydration check.
Emrys went out into the woods.
Well, I'm sure he's got to come to terms with the gravity of his decision.
Just as a little point of order, William, the stare in the back of your head as you say that a crew that sells their soul together sticks together. Carry on.
Also point out about it, if you try to lift your head more than moving it to the side to look at Grendel, you'll feel Tora's paw reach up and just swat you back down again.
Yeah. William's pretty much... He's abiding by the law of cat law, which is if the cat is resting, you do not move. So, he's just kind of straining himself to look at anybody in the room that's present, while just laying still enough for the cat to rest. Is Goaty in the room?
I will say at this point, probably.
Okay. Kind of getting a sense that his words were being getting the sense of the stare at the back of the head. It was a joke. I'm joking. I was kind of expecting I would be the only one dumb enough to do something like that, but I've been proven wrong.
You guys should start the club. I'm sure Emrys is very aware of the terms he has come to when it came to forfeiting his soul. I just hope he is willing to come to whatever terms come about if this causes even more of a problem. He did not even consult with the party. He did this while our captain was down. He is completely, in at least my personal opinion, has betrayed a very good bit of our trust, making, at least to me, making this kind of deal. And I do not know what to think of Emrys anymore because of his selfishness and what problems it could cause for us. I find his actions foolish is all I am saying, Captain.
Trust me, I understand. I felt that same judgment towards some of my own decisions from time to time.
And I have scolded you for them as Goldie has as well.
But if Emrys is a man like I am, he made the decision consciously to protect those he cares the most about.
If this does anything to get in the way of getting my Helene back, I do not wish to express what I may do, for I do not hope it comes to such predicaments. Nor do I like the fact that I am having such thoughts to begin with. And she's, again, just sharpening her axe, fuming.
I understand your position, Grendel. I personally would have preferred that I remove Trevor's head and deliver it to whichever layer of the abyss he came from, or the hells, whichever. Having someone else do my dirty work is not something I enjoy the thought of.
That is what I told Emrys, that we should do it ourselves. And I called him a coward.
Anyone that puts their life in danger regularly, beyond just protecting themselves, but protect others in the realm that we fight for. That man or woman, or whatever they may be, cannot be called a coward. It can be called foolish. They are no coward.
Grendel, you kind of watch as she clenches her jaw and her brows furrow and her eyes are just welding up with tears with complete frustration because she knows that everything William is saying is right, because she also puts herself in that situation to a point, because Grendel probably would put herself in a similar situation if presented it to get Helene back. And when William put it into that perspective, she stops sharpening her blade. She puts the rock in her bag and she presses it with her thumb as she just attaches it to her belt. She leans back and she goes, I am very fearful that we are not going to be able to recognize ourselves by the end of this, or if there will be anything of us left. And it just seems that that has been coming into reality more and more each and every day. And even if we save the world, why is it that we are possibly going to be left with nothing? That is what's frustrating. It's like we don't even get to win. Just survive.
We may not win in the moment. Our mission demands a lot from us, and it will take a lot from us.
It already has.
When it's our time, pass beyond. Our decisions, our choices we've made here, that will be our trophy, our sign of victory.
Well, if there is nothing left of me by the end of this, I only hope for one thing. That I can feel my Helene's lips one last time before I am released into the universe and go back where I once came from. If I can have that, I will be satisfying ceasing to exist.
We will get you, Helene. That I can promise you.
William, I know more than anyone that we cannot promise anything. Not like this. And you know that. So don't promise me. All I can ask is that we try. Promises will most likely be broken, but as long as we continue and keep trying, we could at least get what little pieces that may satisfy whatever it is we crave. And I am very much coming to terms with that every day.
Nonetheless, I have some stories to tell. I prefer to do that with everyone all at once, so I don't have to fucking repeat myself. So if we can get everybody probably relocated here, because this, as he points to the cat on his chest, I don't think this one's getting up anytime soon. Nor do I think I have the strength right now to do so.
Do you need some water or anything like that? I can go out and I'm not as good as tracking as Zenia, but I don't know how far they can go from the kitty cat that is on your chest. But I can try and look for Emrys and Nog and bring them back.
I'm trying my hardest not to drink right now. So let's just start there. Gody, are you able to send word to Emrys?
Send word. Either way. Depends. What word would you send?
Story time.
Story time. I'm gonna double check. I don't think I have sending.
User doesn't have a sending spell? How dare you? Oh wait, we all have sending stones.
We do.
We do. William will pull out his sending stone. Specifically contacting Emrys. Need everyone back at the inn. There are some things that have been brought to light, and you all need to be aware of what I found.
There's no response from Emrys.
In the meantime, as he sets down the sending stone, he sees this fucking rotten ass slab of meat that's also on his chest. I swear, he doesn't seem to get the concept that I don't need to fucking eat, but he just lifts the slab and drops it off the side of the bed. Anybody know how to get rotten meat out of a dress uniform?
I think that you would start by unbuttoning.
That would pose a problem with this cat.
Apparently, I still have not figured out humor yet.
It is the law of kitty cats, Mr. Bodie. Whenever kitty cat lays on you,
Grendel, he's calling me rotten meat because of my state.
But you were not rotten meat. Granted, you were smelly, but this is a joke I do not get either.
It took me a second to realize as well.
Nog is going to be angry that you didn't eat that, you know.
Does Emrys make his way back to the inn eventually? Or is William's not telling the story more than once?
You don't know. I will say after a while, you see the door open and close.
Xenia would have
Actually-
come back upstairs. He's got a tray
actually-
of tea.
No. You hear the dagger hit the wall from the outside of the building, and as he climbs through the window, he's not up through the door.
Everyone's using the window today. We're so creative. Look at us.
We said fuck doors.
He's invisible. He can't
Okay.
be.
Dia, what were you saying?
Xenia's coming back up the stairs with a tray full of tea because it has been very heated. Everyone is very tired, and he is not going to throw fuel on the fire by giving you all alcohol.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Great. So, as he gets this idea that everyone's generally in the area, hopefully by this point the cat has relocated. He can sit up.
Has
To
Nog
your
returned?
left.
Was that?
Has Nog returned?
Yes,
Okay.
according to chat. What was that, Xenia?
Tora's on your lap.
Okay.
You're still getting healing pose and cuddles. And also, not too quickly.
And biscuits.
William will set up, straightening out his dress uniform. Probably quickly come to the realization that his disguised self is no longer up after, being subjected to that torrent of pain. So he casts it to hide his half-dragon form, to be whole human. So, whether or not the vision of Godi was real, was that actually you? He already has a general idea of what's going on. But it's only fair that the rest of you know exactly what I am. And you will make your own decisions as to whether or not I pose a threat to you. It has been brought to my attention that I am not human. I was made. I am an experiment designed by the Midnight Court. Born in a test tube, my life was designed to be a weapon, a tool for the Midnight Court to use. My first memory starts around the age of 8. The Midnight Court taught me everything. Tactics, history, how to present as a human, emotions, moralities, and then they implanted me with memories. I was supposed to, after my training with the military, continue to act as a weapon. Oh, not a weapon, but continue to serve under the Midnight Court. But what they didn't account for was my ability to make my own decisions. And when I didn't agree to supplant the sovereign, they wiped my memory and sent me out to sail under Caliban. To keep me in a drunken stupor so I'd become more violent and easier to control. To eventually I become the perfect weapon. And then the end goal of this whole design was for me to take the place of the sovereign, so they can control it at every level. My name is Experiment 728.
No, your name is William.
What they gave you was a label.
Who you
That's
are
not the
is
name.
William.
Thank you. But, they do still have a trump card in their pocket. My wife, Morgan. Who I believe works for the Midnight Court. Or at least is property. They used my love for her as a tool to rehabilitate me whenever I would step out of line. Whenever I would resist the memories that they would implant. I would hear her agonizing cries. And they would use that to subdue me. Succumb to the memories that they would implant.
It seems sorry, go ahead.
Oh, you're good.
It seems that the Midnight Court has taken a lot away from us. Everyone here in some form or fashion. They have even made, as you would like to call yourself, but something I do not firmly believe, a weapon. But there is, like you said, one thing that they did not know would come into play, which is your own free will and your choices. And considering all that they have taken from you, I say it is about time you make them realize why the gods sometimes do not walk this earth for they fear what they created. And you make them pay. And you take back your jewel of the sovereign. And we put this all to an end. It is either that or all is lost. Either way, if we fail, we lose everything. But if we succeed, there is a chance that we can at least save the people we care about, even if there is nothing left of us.
You would still have me, even though I can't guarantee that my mind will always be my own.
We're all going mad here, William. Except for Zenya.
And respectfully, or take this as you will, I don't believe your mind has been your own since you picked up that cursed coin. When I explicitly told you not to, so we've already walked down this path.
Nog?
Yes, Captain. Nog's here.
You fine with fighting alongside an experiment?
Still smells same as Captain first met. Still give food, still give trust. Nog follow till the very death.
Let's hope it doesn't lead to that. William kind of looks out towards the window. Waiting for some type of sign or whisper. Very well. What this spell has done is given me access to more potential targets to hit. Something I don't think they accounted for. You know, cult leaders, cults, networks are now exposed. Thanks to your work, Cody. And I believe we can hurt the Midnight Court. So much more than we would have been able to with this knowledge. So, hopefully in a couple days I need to recuperate from this. We can set out and make these bastards hurt every step of the way. And make them regret putting us in their crosshairs.
Emrys becomes visible. It's the first time you're seeing his new look.
Thought there was only enough room for one stupid person in this group. Glad to see I'm not alone anymore.
Oh, I've always been stupid. But sometimes being scared is worse than being stupid. Being desperate. I just... Never mind. Are we going back to Port Koroshi?
I think that's not our best choice yet. But like I said, I need a little bit of time. I'm not feeling right as rain right now. But Emrys, I don't fault you for your choices. I do, however.
That makes you a party of one.
I do, however, am rooting that your pact fails. I want to be the one that tears Trevor's head off.
I'm hoping it fails too. The whole point was the note.
That's good. You can just sneak into his house and leave a note yourself.
It's a bit far. And he moves around too much. I never know where the fuck he's going to be. What I sent after him will always know where he is.
Yeah.
And it's invisible. And he won't be able to cast spells while it's in his space. So let him, that's nice.
Well, hopefully it makes him squirm a little bit.
Oh. Yeah, I hope so.
Hopefully puts up a little bit of a struggle.
Either way, I had to knock my wife out, so if you'll excuse me.
Ooh.
As you say that, go ahead.
He leaves back out the window.
As Emrys was moving to leave, an astute observer, I'll leave that up to anybody, Godi was just drinking tea the whole time until Emrys said the thing about rather being stupid than scared, I believe was the line. And then Godi got a furrowed brow, looked up and looked at Emrys as the rest of the conversation continued. And as you go to leave, Godi looks back down at his cup and just says very loudly, well, not very loudly, but loud enough to get your attention, Emrys, the halt can manage a horse, the handless a flock. The deaf can be a doughty fighter. To be blind is better than to burn on a pyre. There is nothing the dead can do.
I speak a lot of languages, mate, but that made no sense to me. And I'm pretty sure it was in common. Anyway, my wife.
I'm still waiting for William to understand, too.
You're making your way out the window, Emrys. And just in time, because you hear downstairs, "Where is he?" "Up there, right. Emrys Galthane, you better be dead or dying, or I'll do it myself." As you jump out the window, she barges in the door. "Where'd you go?"
Cody's just pointing.
And she takes a running leap and is chasing after Emrys.
From a second-story window?
She's a thief. Second
All
story
right.
work is very apt.
I hope he runs fast.
You know I do.
Honestly, she would probably do a lot more scary things than I could ever do. I hope she is successful.
I will not cast haste, and I will not run as fast as I can. However, I do not want her to catch me, so I will run. I will roll as many athletics checks, acrobatics checks you want me to.
Aren't you also exhausted?
Let's do
Yep.
a little Casey chase and see what happens.
Oh, buddy.
Is a 22.
Disadvantage? Athletics? Or
For you or-
acrobatics?
For you or for her?
For me.
For you? We can do athletics.
Okay. That's a 3 for a 2, and a 2 for a 1. Canon. This is perfect. I hit hard as I hit the ground, and my ankle was like, ooh, oh, and I try and run. No.
You stand up, and before you can take your first step, she lands, crouches, and spins, just kicking your feet out from underneath you, slips a knife out of her boot, and just puts it around your neck.
She can't see my face? Like she's behind me with the knife around my neck?
Which way would you like?
I would prefer that.
What was that all about back there? Huh? Something stupid? Emrys?
I'm sorry. By that time, she has pulled the hood down from my neck. She's probably looking at my neck, and
The knife clinks to the ground. Her pressure releases as she stands and backs away.
I slowly turn.
What is this, Emrys?
The consequences of desperation.
Desperation. We promised to do this together.
He was here. He was in
Who was
this
here?
town. Our enemy, Trevor Malford. The man who's been hunting us across this continent. He was here in this town, right next to you. And he can be anywhere he wants at any time.
So you throw it all away? Yourself?
But
Your
not you.
son?
No. Not you. Not Finn. You are safe. I made sure of it.
And what about you, Some gallant hero giving himself up. Right. No. No. A father. A husband that promised to do life with me. You promised.
I did this to keep that promise. I did this so that you and Finn could live.
And what sort of life are you gonna have? What sort of life are we gonna have? What do you think Finn will do when he sees you? He won't recognize his own father.
I cast disguise self and make myself look like myself again.
He's a smart boy. And more in tune than magic than I'll ever understand.
You'll
You don't
learn
think one of
eventually.
the- Emirates. What about our daughter?
Sorry, what?
This is not how I was going to tell you. Congratulations, you're going to be a fucking father again. And I don't know what to do, Emerus. I love you, but I can't have such a dangerous person around my children. And I can't have someone that will just make decisions for themselves without consideration for anyone. I understand you did it for us. That's your reasoning, that's your rationale. But if you truly wanted to do something for us, you would have opened up and you would have said something. And you would have stuck by your promises to do it together. Thank you for keeping your promise and protecting your family, but fuck you for doing it by yourself. And she walks off.
Good for you.
I'm going to take another 5-minute break. You guys be back in 5 minutes and we'll wrap up this session, maybe, hopefully, with some more stuff. So stick around. We'll be right back. Just 5 more minutes. Again, snacks, hydrate, and we'll see you soon. Hi. So, we continue after an emotional scene with Emerus and Nina and the streets of Isilra. As the day moves forward, William's strength begins to return to him. Slow, deliberate movements are needed to move around, but things are mending. Is there anything else you would like to do during this day?
Well, I mean, there was this whole thing that we were going to set out to do before we decided to take a trip into William's psyche, which was purging the land of evil. Just an afternoon's work.
Instead, we made more.
Surely. You have a direction. I believe, Cody, last session you
I believe it
cast.
was Loki
Yeah.
creature or something that I did.
Yeah.
One of them.
So you have a direction. The crossroads to the northeast of town, about 5 miles out. Is that what you would just like to do?
And if I'm remembering correctly, I did augury to see if we could do it ourselves, and I was told no. And then I asked if there was something that we could. Where was the thing that we needed to
do the thing?
To do the thing, and that gave me the direction.
Correct. So how would you like to go about that? Are you gathering Emerus or leaving him in the street below?
I think he's got enough on his plate right now. I know that William can't move as well, so or shouldn't, I should say.
If they need to be carried, I have a mount for that.
I could
Should
also
we-
Both of
carry
them, actually.
the scarf if I need to. I've done it once before, I can do it again.
Emerson is going to show back up.
You can walk fine. Just tired. I won't say no to a ride, though. I do miss my ship. But we did set out to take on this mission, so let's at least see to it before the day is over. I'm going to take more of a back seat in this for the sake of my condition.
I'm glad you agree.
No setting yourself on fire, William.
I think I'm going to fight at a distance for once.
You always say that, but you end up never doing so. We shall see what happens. Again, just you need to stop making promises.
What?
We all know they go up in flames.
Hey, listen. One of my fake memories, leader that I took to, he always said, a great leader always leads from the front. Granted, I'm learning that it's possibly a fake memory, but, you know, the lesson still sticks, you know. Don't do something that... Don't have your men do something, or in this case, men and women, do something that you wouldn't do yourself. So... Granted, I'm not asking you all to set yourselves on fire. You're on fire naturally, so that's, if anything, I'm just emulating you.
Can we go?
Yes, let's go.
Can you ride? Or do we need a cart?
I can ride, I'm just not great at it. Never been one for horses, and,
Oh, don't worry, he's not a horse.
Perfect. And Godey's going to, like, unceremoniously put one of William's arms over his shoulder and start walking with him.
Oh, that's silly because you're like twice his height.
Goldie is
You're 2 feet taller than him.
hunching 6'2".
And William's 5'10", so yeah, you're kind of dragging him a little.
At this
Cody
point,
is
Grundle's
the
just
runt
gonna pick up William and drape him over her neck like a
This
scarf.
is not fucking necessary.
Yes, but it is preferred. Here, good job, Grundle.
just carries him strapped to her front like a baby Bjorn.
If you think about it, if you keep yelling the way that you are, I am definitely making a very loud fashion statement. And she will keep going forward.
Just riding. Not happy.
Here, and she's gonna shove like a fucking water skin in his mouth for him to drink.
Am I being punked? Ashton? Ashton! God, I love this crew.
Nog, what are you holding?
Nog is holding stuff. Why you ask Nog?
Why does it look like broken furniture from the bar below?
It is broken furniture from the bar below.
Give it here.
Nog will trade.
This is not yours to trade. This belongs to the inn.
But you and Captain paid. Therefore, it's y'all's. Therefore, Nog take.
We do not own the inn. We have borrowed a room for the time being.
Oh, well then Nog borrow broken wood. Nog makes sense.
Are you going to bring it back? Are you going to fix it?
Oh, Nog can't fix, but Nog will bring back if pieces are still here.
Wait, you started a boss fight without me.
Oh no, Nog has pieces for wood in case need for trap, need for chew, need for smack. Nog makes
Nog.
wood smack stick.
Nog, we are going to be in the forest. There's
There's
plenty of wood
sticks out
already there.
Oh,
You do not
Yeah.
need to
I'm with
damage
Cody on that one.
private
Oh.
property.
Nog don't understand gold, only exchange. But I guess Nog will leave here, and then he's just gonna drop the pieces of wood, and then just leave like a dead rat and a piece of oncake claw as a payment. Nog make right.
Cody's gonna look at it and just kind of like stare and silently for a moment just go, good job. Help them get William on the mount.
I don't need help.
And while
No.
that happens, while they get William all done up, Cody will use mending to fix the things, and will leave the dead rat and onkeg claw because that was payment.
Grundle's gonna take William off her neck and put William on the mount and just make sure that
He hasn't been summoned yet.
Oh,
It'll
okay.
take a moment, because what happens is Xenia places his sketchbook, now on a blank page, on the floor, and essentially scoops Tora up with it, to which she melts into the ink and forms the sketch of a dinosaur cat. Once we're outside and clear of anything that might be trampled, he reopens a book to a different page that displays a buffalo lump and holds it out in front of him. And horn first emerges a large bovine beast that stands at 6 feet tall, with extremely large and muscular front arms in particular, and very dexterous hands. It sort of huffs, there's this silver glint of a ring around its nose, and it can easily tower, standing up right over everyone. This is Ravi. I think you might have seen him once. I tried to summon him on the ship, but, it's not a very good idea, I've learned.
Oh, so I'm gonna write anything. That's pretty fucking cool. I don't need help. Put me down. I can do it. He's just like struggling to get out of Grendel's grip.
Grendel, like
mind you, William could use Misty Step to get out of Grendel's arms. He's just fucking refraining from it because he doesn't know where that thing's gonna send him.
Grendel is literally lifting up William, like he is like dangling, like his feet are dangling down, like he's got his like 2 feet and his 2 little arms. Grendel literally is holding him by each arm, just like this, and it's just very slowly like lowering him down. She goes, "The more you struggle, you might end up scaring the creature. So you need to just calm down. Stop being a grumpy ghost, okay?" This is how I know that you are still very much William. You were just as irritating as you are before, but we still love you.
Let's get moving, shall we? We need any potions before we set out. How are we looking, logistically?
Funny that you mentioned that. Goaty has on his person. Looks like 2 elixirs of health, 2 potions of heroism, 6 potions of greater healing, 3 potions of poison resistance, 1 potion of bane, and 3 regular potions of healing.
Okay, so it sounds like we're pretty well stocked for this one mission, at least. If things go bad. Quick logistical question for myself. Did this count as a short rest or a long rest for William?
You guys had just finished a long rest.
So
this would count as a short rest.
Got it. William needs to recoup some health here. We're gonna cash in about 5 hit die here. It's a D10. I don't need 5. I need 4. I'll do 4. Okay. There we go. Oh, you bitch! I was almost at 7. Well, I'm at full HP. However, I'm not at the full HP that I should be at, which sucks. I think we're good then. Mind you, are all of you still wearing those stupid necklaces that Katie gave us?
I have them all. They're in the bag.
I was dead. I don't think I had one.
Nog never received one.
Luckily for us, Nog, you weren't present when we interacted with Trevor, so I'm just trying to avoid being detected by that piece of shit.
It was not the amulets that caused us to be tracked. They are faulty. But
whether it is or isn't, they can't be tracked inside the bag of holding.
That's good.
It's an extra dimension.
Personally, I will take partial protection than no protection.
So, we got supplies, we got
protection.
Manpower.
Would have been nice.
We got all the protection we need for the time being, as long as we're together.
That's not what I'm talking about, mate.
Yeah, let's head out. Let's get this over with.
To the southeast, was it? Southeast?
Northeast of town.
Northeast.
Okay, I was about to say, Chris, insert here what direction it was.
As
Xenia and Goldie will go first.
Grendel holds up both of her hands in an L shape.
Which doesn't help with the compass, but yes.
No.
You set out of town, heading in the direction of your augury. About 4 miles out of town. This whole time, the breeze has been blowing. Birds have been migrating and chirping. Crickets and grasshoppers singing their melodies. But you step past a certain point, and things seem quiet. No birds, no breeze, Wheat fields as far as the eye can see. An occasional scarecrow as you pass by. Make a perception check for me.
Guidance.
All of us?
Mhm.
Goddamn scarecrows, I swear to God.
God.
I'm just going to take the L on that one. That's a 7.
Alright.
Wait. I didn't add my 9. I'm an idiot. That's a 16.
That's a 0, because that's a 2 minus 2.
With a 17 for a 30.
Xenia,
Jesus
what do your
fucking
human eyes
Christ.
see?
He's back in his element, is what he is.
Exactly.
Forest. Hello.
Mm-hmm. You notice an occasional scarecrow shift slightly. Their pumpkin head drift slightly as you pass by. Nog, you sense this movement in an area that is still. No breeze blows, no extra sounds. You hear the movement of the straw, the tilt of the head. In the distance, continuing your path, you see over these flat fields an interruption in the horizon. A large tree. Just off the crossroads where your destination points.
Is it blocking the path?
It is not blocking the path, it's off to the side, just a few feet into the field, past a fence. The dirt seems as though there's been a recent rain. It's soft and spongy. As you step closer, there are a few animals out in this field. It seems to have been cut recently down to a more manageable length. And there are a few animals in this area, similar to sheep, grazing. There are 10 in total. And under this dark tree, a shepherd. A long, crooked staff in their hand. As you grow closer, the tree is gnarled, hollow. And Xenia, before anyone else, perhaps Nog, on smell alone, notice that this tree is not of this world. Its bark weeps black ichor. The tree stands like a wound in the world itself. The sheep continue to move and graze. I need you all to make me wisdom saving throws.
I get
Not
advantage
now,
on
Chris.
those.
The tinfoil hat just went on.
Charm
Why are
effect?
you, why are you targeting my weakest stat?
Is this a charm effect?
It is not.
21.
Alright. See how bad this is. Oh.
Xenia will also going to say, I don't like these straw men. They are watching us. I
Yeah,
don't
Nog.
know that hyper vigilant, but I mean they are literally watching us. They are.
I'm sorry,
They don't-
Empress. It is a charm effect. I apologize.
Okay. That's all right. I rolled a 5 for my second one. We're good.
Are you gonna take the 5? Do you want that?
Emrys is clearly not good right now.
You feel as though these hooked tendrils reach into your mind, and you hear them say, "Come closer.
Oh,
Come, pet my children." Emrys and Nog, you are compelled to walk an extra 30 feet past where everyone else is kind of obviously this is fucked up. This is not a good thing. You find yourselves walking towards the sheep and the herd. Nog, you reach out a hand and pet the sheep.
Can I stop him?
You can certainly try.
How many people are walking in this direction?
It's just Emrys and Nog.
I would like to stop both of them if I can. Hey, you know what? It actually went well for the bad guys. Let's try it now. Can you both make me wisdom saving throws?
Okay.
As Gaudy attempts to hold you guys from touching something you shouldn't.
Okay. Not a charm effect.
Not a charm effect. A paralyzed
16
effect.
plus 2, 18. Of course it
Son
works
of a
now.
bitch. Can you not?
Sorry.
Hopefully a 16's number to beat.
This is a
15
16
plus
what you
1.
16 total.
Yeah, 16 total.
The DC is 17. So actually,
Damn
wait. Emrys fails too. I forgot. I still haven't fixed the braidstone knuckles, which give me a +2 to my spell save DC. So the DC would have been 19. So yeah, seeing them about to do some bullshit that they probably shouldn't, Goda's just gonna Emrys, Nog, Emrys, gods, and like put his hands out, and a cold breeze goes over the pair of you, and you guys are frozen stiff for a moment.
You thought you had us, Chris. You thought you had us.
start playing rope with each other again.
That being said,
Initiative?
Depends on you.
Oh.
Does anything change with our
yeah,
surroundings?
how does the environment react? Tactual assessment. What am I looking at here?
As you stop Emrys and Nog, the figure turns. What brings you all here today on such a fine afternoon?
Release them, and then we can parlay. Equal footing, as it were.
Release who?
Gestures to my charmed friends with grabby hands.
Nog and Emrys, your mind's clear. You're in charge of your own faculties, no longer compelled.
As soon as Godi drops the spell, they are, which he does.
I reach out to the sheep. No, I'm kidding. I start walking.
Well, funny you mentioned that, Emrys, because now that Nog's mind is clear and there's a sheep in front of him, which means food.
Oh.
Yeah,
Command.
I'm terribly sorry.
Wisdom save 14. Nog, come back.
Man, just one word.
Oh,
choose your word carefully.
Come.
You didn't choose carefully.
That's another 16.
No
I hate
food
this.
here. And Xenia is going to have Rico,
Oh,
well, regurgitate some jerky and venison from before. Because
William
there's
needs to
nothing
start
else.
carrying food on him. Fuck.
yeah. So
And
the
Nog,
moment that happens and it's tastier choice meats, it's going to ignore the sheep but glare at it menacingly, but go to Xenia to get the food.
I would caution against devouring my children. They are not ready yet.
Do they look mature?
For sheep, yeah.
You see, the roots are the first food for the young, tender and nutritious, sweet and supple. Next, the stones and crystals. They will shatter and crumble like falling starlight. It will be glorious.
Who are you?
My name's Kravos.
Does that name ring any bells
It does not.
to somebody with a keen mind?
I am a humble servant.
Of?
He looks past you,
Rude.
over towards Grendel.
Someone you know well. For I am an apostle of Vorakbal.
Not a false apostle, a true apostle. Not something vile and fake like what your world has made.
Grundle immediately is like, hand is on her executioner's axe, and she just tilts her head. You again just see smoke fuming from her hair, and she goes, "You better give me a good reason as to not decapitate you right here and now. I do not care if you are what you call apostle. Why are you here, and what do you want with me?"
I tend the young here in this field, creating their home, making way for my master. He will wreathe this world in blissful emptiness.
The
Not,
chains.
not if we can help it.
It has already begun. Deep beneath in the dark places of your world. This tree, this perfection.
This blight.
It
What
is-
makes... Go ahead.
It is the first blossom to show. You will join soon enough.
Tell me more of this tree, Apostle. What makes it special?
It is a doorway. Shall I show you?
Dispel magic. Dispel magic. Dispel magic.
A doorway to where?
Come, tell us.
Emerson's gonna try and sidle behind a tree out of view.
To blissful nothingness. Perhaps you are ready for fruit.
Does it lead to the abyss?
On my say, it does.
I'm gonna throw out 2 smoke grenades to the sides. One in front of Emerus to help obscure his breakaway.
Well, I don't need that.
This is perfect because Goaty, after hearing that, is going to say, I've heard enough.
Basically, he's just creating a breakage in line of sight, so if this motherfucker starts casting spells, we can fucking hide.
Grundle doesn't move. She is just standing there, looking at this tree.
Then you are ready to receive Orakbal to yourselves in the true manner of which it was meant, not in the vile abomination of twisted imperfections, but you will be of my master's design.
Abomination.
I think the monologue's over, crazy man. And I'm gonna cast Greater Invisibility.
Abomination, twisted, disgusting, these words that you use. Precisely how we would describe your master. I care no longer for your parley, Apostle. You've told me what I need to know, and now your life is forfeit, as Goaty begins to take on the starry form of the archer.
Ladies are drawn and cocked. Let's go.
The bottom end of the staff presses against the soft soil, and all of the sheep in unison face towards you as the tree as well begins to bend to one side and twist. As it does, the bark splits and the abyssal ooze-like crawlers reminiscent of Greenport begin to sprout here and there as the middle of the tree parts and an emptiness begins to spread. The sky turns dark, and for the first time, Grendel, you see the first few feet of the abyss.
So I rolled to see what Grundle would do.
Oh no.
And I got a nat 1.
Oh no.
Grundle is
in.
currently taking steps towards this tree, seeing this entrance to the abyss as she, like, even if greater invisibility is still on, you hear heavy footfalls as she is slowly taking steps into the abyss.
I'll jump right in after you, baby. Let's do it.
Come, join my master.
And that's where we're going to end our session tonight. We'll pick up there next time and see what happens on our next session, an adventure of Tales of Vardin on 2B Dice. Everybody have a great week. Stay safe. And see you next time.
Bye.
Throw some
The
fits
fun
in.
is over.
Navarro says bye.
Bye bye.